This is your final warning. She will expose your secret sin, unearth those promises you haven't kept. Is there a debt you forgot to pay? You won't want to meet Mrs. Shackles, judge, jury, and executioner. Is she fair or just? Maybe she's all-powerful. Wicked or good? No one dares to say. But if there be a wicked way in you, stay clear of the bend in the road. It leads to harrowing lane.
Mrs. Shackles turned 25 today, for the 43rd time. She cackled softly as she shuffled through her seafoam kitchen. The morning sun sparkled on lace curtains, flirting with ocean breezes. For a moment, everything felt normal. She raised her Dragonwell tea with a snarky wink. "Normal is boring," she declared, just as the cupboard door creaked ajar. Another sip she took, her eyes on the cabinet door. An already chipped teacup shattered onto her wooden floor. She didn't flinch. Mrs. Shackles never flinches. "You would make a fine little weapon in a satchel of potpourri." "Oh," she laughed, "just kidding." Flipping along in her fuzzy pink slippers, she breezed through the open French doors, over the sofa, and into the cluttered yet cozy living room, on a mission to find her floral beach bag. Oversized floral beach bags can carry so many things, and Mrs. Shackles was always ready for so many things. She and her travelling cottage weren't long for setting up life on Sunset Beach. That was a luxury she didn't require. Sandy beaches, fresh air, blue skies, summer breezes. Ugh! Mrs. Shackles shuddered. Walking out the freshly painted front door, a delightful reddish-brown, down the sturdy stairs, she caught herself on that last step and brushed her hand on a trumpet bush's spiky branch. She muttered, wiping her hand of yellow pollen. "Smells like powdered bone. Oh, who cut my branches?" Dear Mrs. Shackles snapped, "Must fix that step." Sitting on a garden stone bench, she decided to better herself and bathe a while in the sunshine and listen to the sounds of chatty children playing in white foamy waves. Not her favourite things, but she tried. "Ah, what a beautiful, eerie day," she whispered. "Something bad or maybe good might happen today. How exciting! One never knows." She shielded her eyes with the straw hat she had lifted off her scarecrow. By the grin on its face, he expected it back. By the grin on her face, she didn't care. "Good morning, Mrs. Shackles? Still here?" chirped a boy's voice. He was showing off his new board shorts, bucket hat and plastic sunglasses, hiding a shiny black eye. Well, well, how do you do, young Lester Cunningham? Don't you look spiffy?" Lester laughed. Thank you. It's my 10th birthday today." "How about that? It's my 25th. "Right!" came a scoff as Lester's older brother, Hunter, rolled up on a shiny new beach cruiser. "If you're 25, then I'm—" "Hunter, be nice!" his mother yelled. "Whatever, Mum!" Hunter smacked the top of Lester's head, hard enough for Lester to lose his balance. Leah Cunningham approached, clutching several towels and bandages, glancing over her shoulder. Lester, now using the white picket fence for support, brushed through his dishevelled hair with bruised fingers. Mrs. Shackles frowned, adjusting her straw hat, and her gaze shifted to the young man behind Leah Cunningham. "Good morning, Mrs. Cunningham," Mrs. Shackles mumbled. "Out for a morning stroll with your loving, sweet, handsome, hard-working husband?" Leah Cunningham turned nervously toward the young man. That's my gardener." Mrs. Shackles raised her eyebrows. "Yes, I know, dear. I heard that Mr. Cunningham is in the hospital." "Yes, actually. He accidentally digested yellow trumpet blossoms, like the ones you have in your garden." Leah Cunningham snickered nervously. Mrs. Shackles nodded slowly. Trying to pin that on me, I see." "Well, no more wondering who cut my branches," she thought. Behind her, the scarecrow mischievously hopped closer to Mrs. Shackles. Leah Cunningham turned sharply. Did he just move? What? The scarecrow? Mrs. Shackles chuckled. No, I don't think so, sweetie. He doesn't move. Unless he has reason. Leah tried to laugh, but coughed instead. Oh, by the way, Mrs. Shackles said with mock cheer, I've been looking for a gardener myself. Lots of sharp branches, bushes, brush, and my oleander tree could use a good trimming. The young man with red knuckles snorted. How is this dump even standing? He sneered. Everything's falling apart. This place is a hazard. Poison ivy on the walls, nettles choking the porch, and the oleander tree is poisonous. This whole garden is a graveyard. Lester blinked up at the cottage, his striking brown eyes wide open. Then he shook his head vigorously in disbelief. What on earth is wrong with you? Mrs. Shackles's cottage is the best house in town. All the kids love it. I don't, Hunter muttered, backing his cruiser away. Mrs. Shackles giggled. Funny, isn't it, when one looks with a pure heart, the things they might see, but a guilty heart. Her voice dropped. Well, it just sees poison. She locked eyes with Leah, who paled. Time to go, Leah hissed, grabbing the young man's arm and dragging her boys forward. Oh, Leah, Mrs. Shackles called after them. I made this for you. Fresh nettle juice, very tasty, very healing. Leah froze. Isn't that toxic? Mrs. Shackles sighed. Of course not, she reassured, unless you're guilty of something. Are you guilty of something, Mrs. Cunningham? Her long, bony fingers stroked her chin. Hunter skidded away on his beach cruiser. Lester stumbled after him. See you later, Mrs. Shackles, he shouted his happy goodbyes into the wind. Bye-bye, sweet Lester. Stay away from the sinkholes. It was an unusually scorching day when the Cunningham family, +1, spent the afternoon by the sea. Leah passed around the bottle of nettle juice, its green sheen catching the light. But after each swallow, their eyes saw things that were not there. Their ears heard things that were not spoken. A sinkhole appeared, gathering deadly waves, inviting them in. It was calm on the surface but swirling beneath. One by one they heard the alluring murmurs from glistening emerald waters. A whisper floated in the wind, sounding an awful lot like Mrs. Shackles. Please, she hushed, come on in. Then shiny blue air bubbles drifted up the whirlpool as one by one they came. Except for Lester. He lingered on the shore, clutching what little remained in the bottle and wondering if it could heal his dad. A pure heart, he whispered. Later, he crept into his father's hospital room and pressed the bottle to his lips, dropping sparkly green bubbles into his mouth. Mr. Cunningham woke up and hugged his son abundantly between giggles and tears. Sadly, the others were never seen again, nor were they remembered, and no one reported a sinkhole on the beach. However, 3 strange scarecrows, with strings of blue air bubble tears, appeared in Mr. Cunningham's backyard. That's creepy, Mr. Cunningham said, and promptly donated them to the community garden. Every year, on Lester's birthday, the sea sings. And somewhere, on a crispy, cold night with a million stars whispering in her ears, Mrs. Shackles sits on a stone bench and listens. Ooh, dear Lester, happy birthday, my friend.